Welcome back to the World Women's Curling Championships 2011. One game to go and it's the gold medal game, Sweden and Canada. We're live from the Granley Hockey Arena for the final time in Esbjerg, Denmark, for Sweden and Canada to go head to head. The teams are just being paraded out at the moment, and in a few minutes we'll be ready to start the gold medal game. My name's Logan Gray and I'm joined by two-time Olympian and two-time world champion David Murdoch and Alison Walker once again.
Lead for Sweden, Lotta Lennartsson. Second, Samara Karlsson. Third, Cissi Östlund. And skip, Anette Norberg. Lead for Canada, Henrik Holland. Second, Tammy Schneider. Fifth, Kim Schneider. And escape, Amber Holland. Please go for that photography.
Good game. Good game.
So there you go. There's the teams introduced to us by head cheerleader Soren Jensen. You're in the Granley Hockey Arena. Teams just making their final preparations and then we'll get the game underway. That's how the teams have got here. Of course, we had the round robin before this, and everything else worked out now. China took the bronze medal from the Danes this morning. Needed an extra end to separate them, and we're expecting another close encounter today, David Murdoch.
We sure are. What a final we have with Sweden and Canada. Now we see the rules of play for this game. 73 minutes for both teams. One coach interaction. The clocks will continue to run in that time. And this Canadian team just on a huge winning run. Can they be stopped by the Swedes? And Anette Norberg with her young new team. She is vastly experienced. Can she be the steadying ship for these young girls out there today?
I wonder how much the rest yesterday will have aided, or perhaps being on the ice is better in your experience. Dave, what's the script there?
Yes, I've had both versions of doing that, going straight through to the final, having a day off, and I've also managed to keep playing every day. I think for me, playing every day was far better. Stay in that form. You're used to curling every day, even twice a day for the last 11 days of the tournament, and it can sometimes be easier to just carry that on.
Yeah, you do get into a certain routine throughout the week and can just throw you a little bit, but I'm sure Sweden are well prepared today.
Right, guys, who's your money on? Logan?
Canada. Purely because I think Amber Holland's going to be the difference today. She's been just outstanding right through the competition, really, but especially after they got off to their bad start. They really kicked back hard, and I think the difference is going to be between Amber Holland and Anette Norberg. Anette Norberg's confidence a little bit down. So.
Yep, Amber's just got better and better, hasn't she, Dave?
She sure has. For me, she's been really the key factor in this team being here today. Absolutely tremendous in that semi-final yesterday. And really making all the clutch shots with her draws. She's had the 4 foot in her back pocket. Never really missed a draw. And that could be crucial today.
And Alison, where's your money with your extensive curling expertise?
I bow to your superior knowledge, but what I've seen, I think Canada has to emerge the victors. But, you know, speaking to Annette yesterday, did an interview with her yesterday, she wanted to play Canada in the final. Yep. Not because she thought she could beat them any easier, she just thought that was a better challenge.
Well, seeing as you two went for Canada, I'm going to stick up for our European counterparts and go with the Swedes. Annette's got the experience, and this young team have played very well. So let's get the money on the table.
Yeah, split decision here in the commentary bench. Could go either way. Here's Lotta Lennartson coming around the centre guard. And getting in a good position here. Of course, Sweden have the last stone advantage. They earned that by coming through the round robin in first place, and of course through the Page playoff 1-2 game. Canada have had a slightly more difficult transition. Of course, they started the week on 1 win and 3 losses, and since then have only lost 1 game. An incredible 10 out of the last 11 games they've won, and just looking stronger and stronger as the week goes on.
Oh, a fantastic shot by Tammy Schneider. Putting the pressure on straight away in this first end.
Annette was also talking yesterday of how much it would mean to her to help these girls, these young girls, to a world title. She's of course won it twice, and that would give her almost as much satisfaction.
It's really incredible how much drive Annette Norberg has. She's won absolutely everything there is to win, and continues to train hard, taking on a new team, a new challenge. That's such a hard thing to do. No credit to her for doing that.
Added to that, she was actually working yesterday, doing her work from home as an actuary. She was on the emails and working away, so she's got that to contend with as well. The job and the curling.
Yeah, I know the Swedish girls playing with Anette Norberg pretty well, and I know how excited they were about this opportunity, and even just playing with Annette all season, they've absolutely loved it, learned so much in such a short space of time. This is Sarah Carlson. She's playing a quiet weight takeout. From watching the early stones down this side of the sheet, the right hand side as we look at it now, it's been running pretty straight. Not curling much at all there.
How long does it take to settle, Dave, before the butterflies are gone and you're in a world final?
Well, you really like to make your first shot. You do that, you settle down. It's almost a sigh of relief that you've made a good shot in the final. So early on, you really want to focus on just hitting the broom. Nothing has changed. Concentrate on your shot.
So Canada lying 1 in the first end here. Of course, Sweden have the last stone advantage. but neither team managing to get behind the cover yet. This is CC Östland, the 23-year-old from Karlstad in Sweden.
Scrubbing this roll into the centre line. What a great effort by CC.
So Dave, how hard do you think Amber Holland's going to go at it in this game? How aggressive do you think she'll be?
Well, I have seen, even in these sudden death games, Logan, just how aggressive a game she calls. Really took the game to the Chinese girls, and that was a huge difference in that game. It really is working for them, getting lots of stones in play. They know all of their angles, they love all the bumps, the freezes, and I'll be very surprised if she doesn't really have a go at Anette Norberg here and take this game on.
She's been saying 9.5 a lot this week.
9.5, yes. That's the time between the hog line and the far away hog line. And it's just a timing for what weight they're going to play, Alison. 9.5 is a takeout. Sometimes you'll hear them 8.5 to 9 for a PO8 shot. Makes it quite easy as a skip to time that, as you can see both hog lines. You have an idea.
Okay, nose is good, I think, out here.
What the weight is.
9.5? 9.5, yeah. Let's go.
And there we are.
It's usually been followed with a "you got it."
Yeah.
Easy, 9.5. Easy. 9.6.
Yeah, we have had our entertainment from Amber this week, giving our own running commentary of what's going on out there on the ice.
It's great to have that insight, though. You don't really get that in many other sports. Great to hear it on the field of play.
Yeah, these microphones really do pick up everything, and Amber's gave us some chuckles right through it this week. Even talking to herself when she's coming out in the delivery, Logan.
Certainly does.
I mean, you don't do that. You think someone's listening.
Yeah, you really do forget you have them on at times. Could get you in some trouble.
What's the worst thing you've said?
Well, I really don't want to repeat it, so I'll refrain from answering that question.
She's going for her third world title. How amazing is that?
Yeah, surprisingly, Alison, she's not won the world title since 2006, so a 5-year barren spell. Incredible when you consider success she's had at the Europeans and, of course, the Olympics since then. Of course, she did lose the final in 2009 to China. Lost a bit of money on that one.
Still to be so dominant in the sport, getting to finals, winning Olympic titles.
Yeah, just amazing consistency with Anette. That mainly comes from her desire. She really wants to win every time she plays. She trains hard, she practices hard, and she gets the results.
So, Amber Holland just chasing this red stone. Anette Norberg not quite managing to get it fully hidden in behind this centre guard.
Clean. Just clean. Just easy clean.
CCS plan not managing to get that Yellowstone out of the house. So then Norberg will have to peel that to keep the last stone going into the second.
Good Canadian support here. They really do support their team, don't they?
Yeah, they've been here all week supplying us with plenty of entertainment as well. Extremely vocal out there and really makes for a great atmosphere here in the Granley Hockey Arena.
So that steely, focused look in the eye. Quite scary.
Last shot of this first end. Sweepers on this one, trying to hold the line. Need the roll out. Just curling. So Sweden will take their one.
Airing on the right side there anyway. Certainly don't want to flash it in the first end, and that would really get your nerves going.
So one end played of this World Final 2011. Will it be Sweden? Will it be Canada? Sweden with the first shot. Second end of this World Championship final. Sweden 1 up. You're listening to me, Alison Walker. Looking great. And 2 times world champion, 2-time Olympian, Dave Murdoch. This is what it's all come down to. This is the final. This is what they've all been working towards.
So a nice top 4 by Anette Norberg. I did see her play really aggressively throughout the round robin, but then maybe just returning to her old ways a little bit and playing a bit more balanced, a bit more defensive. Now that we're into the business end of the week, returning to the old habits.
Well, it's a trusted formula. Gave her so much success. That's maybe what she's thinking. But we certainly enjoyed her new approach this week, bringing a lot of stones into play.
Sorry, Heather.
Should she win this, they will go nuts in Canada, won't they?
They certainly would. They love success in curling. It is one of their biggest sports. So many followers over there.
Just a totally different animal to in Europe, really.
Canada have won it 15 times. Sweden 7 times.
Come in. Whoa. Det är bra det där. Lotta.
So excellent set-up play here by Lotta Lennartsson. And Amber Holland won't want to leave those stones there too long. But they will try and bring that corner guard into play as soon as possible.
Fine.
So this one over curls and rolls out the way. So important when you're wanting to try and get something built up, get some stones in play, make your deuce. That you keep your stones in play and in a good position. That one just getting away from Heather Kalinchuk a little bit.
Is that more the ice, or is that nerves, or is that... what is it?
Well, it is the second end. Sometimes there's a skip. It is a little guesswork with giving ice for your players. Not too sure with that one. Could have been ice, could have been a bad throw. Certainly had the sweeping on early. But there we go, big clearance job from Carlson.
Mine's a little tight. 2. 8. Okay, you're fine. Mine's good.
Holding off a bit here.
It's great. Good. Nice shot, Tam. That's right.
Decent result. No Tammy Schneider.
So Anette Norberg just content to keep things clean at the moment. Peeling the corner guard. And rolling out of play. We'll see Amber Holland persevere with this corner guard. No real need to hit the one in the house yet. Really looking for a mistake from Sweden. But the worst case scenario, they'll just hit the one in the house and try and blank the second end and start again in the third.
Whoa, guys. No, we're a 4. Sit down. Hey, Tom. Okay.
Well, that one drifting into the rings. That really changes things now for Sweden. Can move this stone and stay in play. So Magnus Swartling there, coach for Swedish girls. Smiles.
Just what you were saying, Logan, about a mistake.
Yeah, but I thought it would be more likely to be in the other way. You really shouldn't be throwing your corner guards into the house, or this is what happens. Sweden now lying 2, and Canada with work to do if they want to get out of this end.
Can't give Sweden that kind of way in, can you?
Certainly can't. There's Merv Fonger. He won't be too impressed with that corner guard going into the house.
He was frowning a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, looking a little bit nervous again.
No. Right up. Clean it. No. Whoa. Sit. It's good.
A good shot by Kim. Bringing these stones together. Might set up a possible double opportunity for our next one. Allow them to get out this end.
9,5. 9,5.
Working hard, the sweepers.
This is really curling, this stone. Takes their own out as well, so bit of an opportunity missed there.
Yeah, they really had a great chance to force the one there. That one just over curled.
That weight was good. Yep. Just clean. Clean's fine. Clean's fine. Clean in. A little bit firm. Good. Nice throw, Kim.
So it looks like we're moving towards that blank end that we expected earlier. Dave, how crucial do you think the form of Kim Schneider is in this game?
Yeah, it's something we talked about. Logan did struggle yesterday, and really Amber Holland was the key to that success.
Yeah, she has been a little bit inconsistent throughout the week, and I think it's very much the case that when Kim Schneider turns up, Canada turn up. So we'll see how it goes today. She's made a good start, but not really been put under too much pressure yet, so see how things pan out. I'm sure there'll be more stones in play in coming ends.
10-4. Vad var det? 10-4.
She seems very relaxed. She's been over the course though, hasn't she? And I wonder about the difference there in terms of experience. Been there, done it.
Yeah,
It does count, doesn't it?
for sure. Experience always helps. You do need to play well, Alison. Be interesting to see which Anette Norberg turns up today.
Clean.
She has had one or two ropey games
Yeah, little.
this week.
Yep. Hard.
Yeah, she's really struggled on her in-turn this week, actually, Alison. Really been much stronger on the other handle. I'm sure she'll know that. She said herself earlier in the week in interviews that they were winning games, but it's very much down to her other three players setting her up so well. She didn't feel confident herself.
And this is when it really matters now.
Yep.
Well, we did see the girls all having fun, and the three young girls really do enjoy themselves out in the ice. Great to see all the smiles. And I think Annette's enjoying it as well. Having a lot of fun this week.
She must be absolutely delighted with the way they've progressed, because they've not been together that long. And they're in a world final.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. These young girls have a chance to be world champions.
9-3.
Yeah, they really put in a lot of work as well in Karlstad. Same town as Nicholas Edin and his team. So lots of success coming from there. And of course, the European Championships will be in Karlstad next year in 2012. So Amber Holland, final stone of the second end. Just trying to blank.
Big.
They just set that back a little bit on release.
Clean fine.
And it curls enough. So chips it off. Panic over. It's a blank end in the second. And two ends played. Sweden 1, Canada 0.
And then you gave it some. That looks like a lot of work.
We're into the third end of this World Championship final between Sweden and Canada. Just the 1 point on the board for Sweden in the first end. Are you able to gauge yet, Logan, which side is the more aggressive, defensive? Can you work out after two ends?
I think we know already that Amber Holland calls a more aggressive game than Anette Norberg. Maybe not earlier in the week. Anette Norberg getting a little bit frisky with her tactical calls at times. But now we're down in the big games. She's calling a much more defensive game that she's used to and suited to her. Perhaps that's down to her own confidence levels as well. But in this game so far, very difficult to say. A couple of mistakes from both teams in the first two ends, but not many stones in play, so hopefully there'll be more stones in play in ends to come, and then we'll really get an idea of who the form team is going to be. So Heather Kalinchuk not made the kind of start we'd expected from her.
Oh, just been struggling some of her line in this game. All week I've been so impressed with Heather. She's really been shooting the lights out. Perfect setups every end, and as a skip, that'll be a pleasure to deal with.
So Lotta Lennartsson trying to come around the stone on the centre line. Actually just pushing it up a little bit. So Amber Holland deciding that she might just open things up here a little bit. They of course can't remove that red stone on the centre line, but they can hit the yellow onto the red at the top of the rings and roll to a corner guard. So that's the call. Heather Kalinchuk. So she's a bit of a character. Loves a bit of Lady Gaga.
Like yourself, Logan. I know you're a big fan of the pink.
Okay, that's fine, Heather.
Well, it obviously helps her to relax, listening to Lady Gaga.
Me too, Alison.
Annette was also telling me yesterday about when she won her last world title, 2006. Before the final, one of her team went on the sunbed the night before, got very badly burned, and the next morning there was a doubt whether she'd play or not because she couldn't slide properly.
Ouch. Yeah, that was
Very
painful.
On the sunbed for too long. Thought she'd just get a bit of colour.
I'm sure that went down well with the national coach.
I think at the time Annette was pretty upset about it, but she said she would look back, and of course they won, so it was fine. But
9.5.
look back and laugh at it now.
Amber.
You need to watch it when you go on those sunbeds, guys. I know you only use fake tan, Logan.
Oh, I'm getting it hard today.
You certainly are, mate.
Alison, I believe Amber Holland does a bit of meditation.
That's fine.
She does a little meditation. It's more, I think, her way of relaxing, listening to music. But I didn't recognise any of the bands she was talking about, so they're obviously Canadian based.
No, I didn't recognise any of them either, to be honest. Maybe I'll Google them when I go home. Of course, there are other search engines available on the web.
I know they have been working on their nutrition, being really careful about their diets in the build up to this. And is it all going to come together? Difficult to work that out just yet. We're only in the third end.
Oh, they're going to have to have a big scrub in this one. This one just struggling for legs. Do drag it to the top of the 12 foot.
There you go, 9.5 again, Alison. So just
the magic number.
Yep. Of course, that's the time between the hog lines that the stone takes.
Yep. Hard.
And just going to try and hit and roll to the wing here. Try and spin a couple of these reds. That's over curling at the moment. And it's going to hit that redstone on the nose.
Okay, good.
Amber wasn't too unhappy with it though.
It's in a reasonably useful position there, but always when you do have the last stone advantage, you'd prefer just to have the centre wide open and have all the play out to the wings. So still difficult to say which way this end's going to go. This is a really negative call by Annette Norberg, playing take out on this tight guard. Or are they lying to? And well played by CC Östland. Sticks around on the centre line in a very useful spot.
You can go there. Okay. Or just play, come around, but I like this because she's just going to run. I don't mind this. It's a little here. Are we even going to be on? 9.5. Okay. Yeah, we're rolling. Okay. Let's go, Tom. Okay.
So there you go, we know exactly what's going to happen. Well, what she wants to happen.
Yep. 9.5. Hard. Really hard. 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 Whoa. Yep. Okay.
So a mistake by Schneider. Over curls. And now a superb chance for Sweden. They can come around those staggered stones on the centre line. Get one into a stealing position.
Min kom mycket där, det sista, det så den fick ett spring inne. Ja.
Gärna curla. Gärna curla. 6, 5, 6.
There's a huge late break in the ice here. Really having to go hard for it. They come around.
Super line, how's the weight?
Oh, absolutely perfect.
Spot on.
You see this stone scraping round that centre, finishing really hard, nearly completely buried.
The Supers doing their job there, Dave, for sure.
Yeah, they certainly did.
Curl out. That's fine.
Well, takes the two guards, but doesn't spin it enough. Nice top of the 8 foot. This is going to be very difficult for Amber Holland to get out of this one.
So the situation very much turning in Sweden's favour.
Kan spela 10. Absolut.
Huge focus from the Olympic champion.
She doesn't look down at the stone either.
Yeah, that's something we've seen in a lot of deliveries this week, Alison. Some of the girls sliding out, and sliding towards the brush, and then putting their hands, sorry, their eyes down to the stone as they release, looking at the handle. And for me, I should be up, looking at the target.
Excellent guard, really tight to the rings. And that would make the come around much more difficult for Amber Holland. So choosing to play the drive here and try and get that red stone off the button.
You don't like the double and roll?
Yeah, we're not going to get second shot off that anyway. If I don't make it, then what do I got?
Okay.
9 or 9.5? 9. Okay. Let's go.
Tammy Schneider always likes to get a word in. Is that something you like from your front end, Dave, when you come down the ice? For them to question your tactical calls?
Well, it is a team game, Logan. Quite often you're singing off the same hymn sheet. Other times you might not. Great run back by Amber. It certainly makes a difference now, getting that one off the top of the one.
Well done by the Canadian skip.
Yeah, the same draw still available though for Anette Norberg by playing that shot. Amber Holland really just hoping that they can't play it as well as they had it before. Just really praying that they get a chance to score the one. At least the guard out front now is now a Yellowstone if they need to play some sort of raise. And it is risky. They are probably going to be facing 3 red Swedish counters.
So a slight weight adjustment needed. She was just top of the house there, so not much more weight needed to be put onto this one.
Excellent line here if they can get it by. Oh, just about went through the side of the stone.
We all went, ooh, there.
Great draw by Anette Norberg. Top of the tee as well.
Great team effort there. Both sweepers scrubbing so hard, and wow, that missed that by nothing.
Yeah, just papered it.
I think that's the closest one I've seen.
Den var mycket mjukare sliden där, så var därför ni fick.
So this is a tough draw for Amber Holland.
Squeak through the hole. You should be good. Okay.
Mostly doesn't feel happy playing the tap on the yellow. That's probably their best option to get shot, but they do risk giving away more than one by playing that shot if they don't get the angle quite right on the tap.
Okay, flip forward. I don't even think her rock rotated once. No. Flip forward here under. Okay. Let's go. You got
This is so risky. Last stone of this third end then for Amber Holland.
Do you think they've got another option here, Dave?
Well, you could throw the out turn, no guards in play, hit the 4 foot. At worst, hit the 8 foot. This way you got to negotiate 2 stones. And And the third in the top four.
Okay.
So just here's the top one. And it will be a steal of one in a really well constructed end for Sweden. 3 ends played, 1 scored in the third. And it's Sweden 2, Canada 0.
Nu kan vi stänga bara in.
Ja, mycket bra.
You're watching the Capital One World Women's Curling Championship final 2011. Sweden against Canada. Played 3 ends. Sweden 2-0 up, and that is what they're playing for. It'd be difficult to fit that in your mantelpiece, wouldn't it? Unless you have a big mantelpiece.
Well, if it was the men's one, I'm sure I would find space for it.
Yeah, very nice trophy. There's Heather Kalinchuk, coming 54%. I did talk about Heather, how well she's played this week. Just struggling at the start of this game. She needs to settle down, get back to her usual throw.
Good. Nice shot, Heather. Good.
So where'd you keep your World Championship medals? They've been proudly displayed.
They certainly are. They certainly are. I have a mini trophy cabinet at home. Gathering dust.
Thought you'd be in there polishing them every weekend.
No.
Lotta Lennartson playing 83% through 3 ends, sorry.
I did ask Chris Hoy where he kept his after he'd just won them, and he didn't know where to keep them, and it was in his bedside cabinet, and he worried that they would go missing, his 4 gold medals from the Olympics. But I think he's got them on display somewhere now and locked up.
Yeah, so that unbelievable trophy cabinet.
Yeah, one that could match Anette Norberg, perhaps.
She has done everything in the game, hasn't she? Won everything you can win.
She's done everything in the game twice. Alison, 2-time world champion, 2-time Olympian. Countless victories at European level as well. So a really nice tap back here by Heather Kalinchuk, and she looks like she's settling into the game now. I think we'll see that 54% number rise pretty quickly. Excellent start by the Swedish front end. Sarah Carlson playing 83% also to match lead player Lotta. That really hooked quickly. Rolls out the other side of the guard. And Cici Island manages to squeeze that yellow out back. Yeah, really hooked at the end. There is a port there between the two guards. So that's where Tammy Schneider will want to come through.
Think we go this way, Tam? Yeah, the alternate easier, I think. Yeah. 10?
That still looks a pretty tricky shot to me, Dave.
Yeah, sure is. Those guards are staggered as well, so makes this shot very difficult. Tammy at 62%.
Yep.
I want to boost that with this one.
Yep. Hard! Hard! Hard!
What she got? Rubbing the guard, unfortunately.
Nice throw. Is that quiet? No. Yeah, hair. I didn't think you were bad.
So again, Sweden looking good after the first few stones of the end. Getting a mistake once again from the Canadian front end.
Jag vill limpa in den i bot om vi ska jobba här.
Okej. Dra runt den där då.
Vadå? Så?
How good's your Swedish guys?
Hur långt upp ligger den? Ligger den på 6 eller 5?
Annette Norberg's looking a little bit unsure of herself. I think they're
Ska vi ta time-out?
trying to work out what exactly they want to achieve in this end. They are 2-0 up, so they're going to call out some assistance. Call a friend and bring out Magnus Schwartling. Could play the intern draw. Looks like a pretty good call to me, depending on how they feel, or they could peel the corner guard. Another option.
Yeah, lots of options for the team. Same, a little surprised to see interaction so early. Quite often they're saved for later in the game. Crucial shots are in play, but
om vi rundar och det behöver inte lägga så
Magnus
mycket fel för att man ska ge dem en tangering och träff och lägga helt bakom till exempel.
Men här, vi måste ju alltså, egentligen tycker jag halvgömd här uppe är bäst.
Ska vi så kommer de runda.
Ja, absolut. Och det är ju risken att de rundar perfekt. Men då har vi ju spelet där borta på den sidan. Det finns liksom ingenting för dem att vicka bakom eller så. Utan vi kan ju gå efter och frysa en sån i sådana fall.
Jag gillar nog ändå den här. Ja.
Jag gillar också den.
Ja, det är absolut.
Ja. För liksom om de får, då har vi någonting att jobba på här. Liksom,
alltså, vill vi visa halva där ungefär?
Ja, helst skulle jag vilja visa halva här faktiskt.
Ja, men alltså, välj det som känns bäst.
För det känns som man lägger garden, då är det risk att vi får världens knökbo här.
Ja.
Runt då?
Ja.
So Pat Eddington escorts
Det går säkert lite tyngre här nu.
Magnus Schwartling back off the ice.
Ja.
So they've, well, they're coming around the intern here, Alison. And for me, I'm not sure it's one you want to get fully hidden in behind the guard. You want to leave a piece showing so that if Canada do find a way in behind the guard, then you can just have a short raise. So maybe just something touching the centre line on this left-hand side around the top of the 8-foot circle.
yeah, this shot really all about the weight control. Don't want to drift too deep into the rings here. Control that control zone around the top of the 8-foot. Use it later on.
And they've lost us this one. Over curled.
Sweepers couldn't do much about that there, could they?
No, they couldn't. They really pounded that all the way down. And it's amazing how often you see, Dave, a missed shot after a timeout.
You got this.
Yeah, it's something we've talked about. I'd really love to see some stats on shots made after interactions. I tend to find it disrupts the play
10-2.
quite often. Shot not being made. I have to say though, I did really like the way that the interaction was conducted. Magnus speaking to all the members, every member having something to say. It was all very positive. I really like to see it.
CC Uslan shooting a super 92% through 3 ends. She's been called a hard shot here though, choosing to come through this port rather than come around the open side. Also brings the corner guard into play. And another mistake here. So I think Amber Holland will have to come around the end turn here. Those reds on the central line lined up pretty handily for Sweden.
I was very surprised to see Anette play that out turn. For me, this was an in turn shot all day long. I'd seen the line with Sarah Carlson's stone. I think it looked the easier shot.
Kim Schneider, mediocre 67% so far. She'll need to raise that if she wants to hang with Team Sweden. A good draw here, but it does slip past the tee line.
Shaking your head a bit there, Dave.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see Anette storming out the house to look at the race. That has a draw all over it for me. Just follow that stone. You don't even need to be short. You could sit top 4 anywhere down the line that Schneider just played.
So why is she going for this?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I've no idea.
I just don't think she likes yellow stones in the house, so she sees an opportunity to get rid of it. But for me, this is a useful lineup to have for skip stones. It can play the draw, and if it goes wrong, then you can play this raise. This is going to reverse kick. And slips past the yellow, moves it out though. But a big turnaround here in the 4th end. And I'm in total agreement with you there, Dave. I don't think that was the right call in that situation at all. I'm sure you agree as well, Alison.
Had that been me, I would probably have gone for the really simple thing.
Yep.
Do you want the same way?
Yeah, it looked such a good opportunity for Sweden. Anywhere down the line, even in front. Couldn't see how Canada are getting in.
So now Canada can take the play away from the centre. And Laitu with good separation and the last stone.
It's a struggle, this one.
And Kim Schneider just struggling a little bit out there. And a missed opportunity there. You see Norberg hit this back stone. She does have to navigate some backing.
Om vi vill rädda den så tror jag vi måste göra det, för att jag tror inte den får plats här riktigt bra. Så den hamnar utanför här. Nej. Ja. 9,5 ja. Ja, 9. 9,5. 9. 9. Ja. Vi träffar lite på din sida. Vilken sida träffar vi på? Nu har vi faktiskt det läget vi pratade om när vi skulle runda. Fast den där ligger i och för sig lite tajt där bak.
Härifrån ser det lättare ut och Victor tar mot andra.
Nej, den sitter ner då.
I think Annette's looking a little bit indecisive out there, David.
Yeah, she certainly is.
Då kör vi på vilken ut.
Seen some very strange call made. Just looking a little bit lost.
There's a lot of chat in the team.
Yeah, she does seem to be consulting him a lot. Maybe just not feeling as comfortable without that support that she's used to getting from Eva Lund for so many years. Hurling 88% though. Got to be happy with that.
Okay.
You see that circle sweep you often see from Amber Holland.
Yeah, she loves it. Comes right round the stone, polishes the inside as well. Yet to find out why.
Let's see how that's going to make much difference, I must admit.
Certainly looks good.
Back 8. I like it.
You could adopt that for the new season, Dave, couldn't you? I'll be
You're
watching.
playing for the split, right?
Yep.
Let's go. Okay. Try the split, hey?
Okay. What kind of weight?
Back 8, back 12.
That's what they're playing for in the background.
14 to T here. Okay. 14 to T, so. There you go.
But which name is on the trophy? Sweden or Canada? Have you changed your mind, Dave?
No, I'm sticking with my prediction so far.
So 83% for Amber Holland. You know you're pretty much always going to get a big number from Amber.
Close. Back 8.
And trying to play a split here. Time looking pretty good. They'll need to just chip it around half stone. Brilliant shot here by Amber Holland. Moves both yellow stones behind the guards. And Canada with a great chance to score more than one here.
A fantastic shot by Holland.
Couldn't have been more perfect, could it? If you placed the stones.
Exactly. So now Norberg with the raise. Actually trying for the raise double. Hitting that stone on centre. Straight back. Trying to push it in behind the corner.
Yeah, they don't have to move that yellow on the wing far to get it out of the rings, just a foot or so. So she probably need to hit this first red stone 3/4 maybe even slightly thinner. They're not that far apart.
Anette Norberg here then with this raise.
So a big miss here from Anette Norberg. Really needed to make sure she got the first one. And we've said already today, she has struggled on her intern this week. She's thrown it a little bit soft. And a good 10% down on her out turn. So another mistake there, and it will be Canada to draw for 3.
Well, for me, this is all came from going for that run back early on. They were in such good position. They had cover. It was all their own stones. Canadian shot was back a tee. And they've been punished for it.
Young spectator there. Fourth end, last stone, Amber Holland. Looking for 3.
Running pretty straight. Running really straight.
Should just be a formality here, Alison. Just needs to hit the paint. And it will be 3 yellows. No problem, just keeping it clean. And it is 3 for Canada. That one just drifts to the back of the fort.
I wonder how significant that could be. After 4 ends, Canada right back in it. Sweden 2, Canada 3. You're watching the Capital One World Women's Curling Championship Final 2011. The gold medal match between Sweden and Canada. And Canada right back in it after getting that 3 in the fourth end.
Nice shot, Heather.
Sweden, Dave, just a little bit shaky in that end, weren't they?
Yeah, just got a little bit rattled there. Made a error with the tactics, and then really never backed it up with any shot play by Anette. Logan commenting on Annette's intern, the fact that she has been struggling on it. And showed that again. Just being tight, missing the stone for the raise.
The stones weren't that far apart. Certainly expected her to make contact with the first stone and maybe even spill the pair of them that were in the house, but wasn't to be, and it would just be a draw to the paint for 3.
So the advantage swinging Canada's way in this final. Long way still to go.
Mikala jättemycket här.
Okej.
So a huge turnaround there in the fourth end, and now it's Anette Norberg. Have to have a rethink and stick up the corner guards and have a go.
Yep. Kom igen då.
It'll be interesting to see how this Swedish team respond to that. So a really long, slightly centre line-ish corner guard. And the great thing to know is when Canada go up in the game, we're still going to see stones in play.
Yes, we are. Seen them continue to attack against China in the semi. Pleasure to watch.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
Mine's pretty good.
And that's certainly Amber Holland's thinking.
Easy, whoa. Whoa, guys. Whoa, guys. Clean. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. Whoa.
So it looks like another longish centre guard. But fully covers that Yellowstone on the centre line.
Normal.
So calling the drive here. And just trying to hit and roll to a corner. Oh, and doesn't make the double. And leaves another stone around there. Mistakes starting to creep into the Swedish team's game. It's such a great start, and then just left the path on the last end.
It's always the danger, trying to peel the guards across the face. Pop it high at all, a couple inches wide. You've no chance to do anything with it, and you end up keeping your shooter out there.
Mine's not bad. Gotta go though. Whoa, clean. Yep, yep. Good, that's good.
So a good centre guard again by Tammy Schneider. And Sweden still on the back foot, trailing by 1.
Hon visar på innan, va?
Canada just seem that bit more confident generally at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, they certainly do. Alison just seems to have dented the confidence of the Swedes at the moment. And a good raise. Moves the yellow off the centre line. But I think we'll see Canada go back in again. Dave, do you agree with me if I say that Anette Norberg won't panic in this situation, only trailing by 1? How patient will she be?
Well, Anette just struggling a little in this game. But as you say, it's all about patience. The score is so tight.
Line's pretty good.
Lots of ends to come.
We want to go
You really
4.
don't need to
Can you let
rush
it
to get
work
back
a bit?
into it.
Quick and
Bide
go.
your time.
No, line's not that bad.
Opportunity will come.
Okay, clean. Clean. Line's pretty good. All you
She
now.
might just be a
All
bit
you
more
are.
worried
Great.
about her
Hard.
own performance
Yep, line
rather than the
up.
score.
Line of the 4.
Well, that's the difficult thing as a skip. You have to call the next end. And if you've missed a shot, you do sometimes think about the shot that you have errors on. Some great brushing there by Canadian front end, dragging that stone to the top of the forefoot.
Yeah, Anette Norberg not looking that confident at the moment. The problem that Sweden have here is they want to play a raise. You could even try and drive onto the wide one, but the red's always going to catch on the guard to the left of the centre line. So there's always going to be a centre guard left here by playing this run.
So a run back by Oslin. Ping catches an edge.
Only 1 ping.
Yeah, she was hoping for the double ping.
That was about a ping and a half, I think.
A ping and a pong.
I don't know if you can get there. I think the intern around the center looks easier than that. Well, what about the intern through this way? Can you know, if you go through the center, you're saying they'll play the double? Well, yeah, like going here, that just leaves them this. Like that's, I want to get some separation here.
Yeah. You can
So
try
either
that.
through the hole this way or this way.
I'd
You
rather
probably
play
can
it
get
in.
through the hole this way if you
The
play it
outside.
tighter to the
Yeah.
center line. I don't mind through the hole. Okay.
I prefer the hole.
Can I give you the same weenie?
Lots to talk about
Pardon?
as to how they want to get this stone into the rings. They're looking to come round the double guard. There's the coaching bench. Mayor Fongart, Julian Campbell, Elaine Doug Jackson.
I wonder if they agree.
Line's pretty good.
I think this is the right call to come through the hole.
No, you can't go yet.
Go on the high side, round the guards. It's a bit of a guesswork. Take an ice way out in the frost.
Yep, now we need to. Whoa! We're 6. Whoa!
Line looking pretty good here. Threads it through the port. And comes up short of the tee. And that really puts Canada in a great spot in this 5th. Anette Norberg will be able to follow that stone though.
It was well guided, wasn't it? And the sweepers were keen to sweep, but she said no. Nicely played.
Can't afford to be heavy on this one. You don't want to bounce off the short stone, and I think that's picked up, Dave.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That was looking like it would be very close. Picks up, catches the guard. Not achieving a huge amount with that stone.
And at the moment, it's not just raining, but it's pouring for Team Sweden. Really need something positive to happen to lift them and get them back into this game.
But that can be just one shot, can't it? And it can all swing the other way again.
Just kind of where Tammy was going almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a bad break there more than anything.
Okay, let's go. I'll hold it up here so you can see.
And for some reason, these things always seem to happen at the wrong times.
I think we just play the high guard. I would love to be a
There
two,
it is.
but I'm not.
Bing Yuan
No.
and
You know,
Yin
like, yeah.
Zhu
Charge again. Well,
from China.
I
With a
didn't
great win.
recognise her with her hair down.
Yeah, Betty, as we'd like to call it.
Won the bronze medal.
13-9 for T here. Let's go.
But wishing they were in this, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was quite a poor semi-final actually between Canada and China. Both teams not reaching their best form of the week. Canada came through in the end. And Canada with a great chance here, just trying to lock up this centre hole. And a great guard by Amber Hogg splits the gap. And now Anette Norberg needing a good hit and roll to get in behind the centre cover.
Well, what a pressure shot this is for the Olympic champion. Needs this hit and roll. Well, there's going to be no way in after that.
Vi tar den här vikten.
Fifth end of this final.
That's Anette Norberg's parents watching on.
They might be a little bit worried. She's made hundreds of these in her time.
Oh, I don't think she's going to make this one, Alison. Sent out a wee bit high and hits on the wrong side. So Sweden in big trouble here. Amber Holland could make a hit and roll off that white stone and really turn up the heat on Sweden.
Because she can't play around double or anything.
You want to guard both, right? Because she can still hit and roll off.
Yeah, I think I like it. Like just to here.
Yeah, because she can still play this all day.
Right.
But probably hard to play the right guard either.
But never, if you're guarding this side, she
yeah.
has to get to the inside. But getting there might be tough too, trying to get past this one. I don't mind the hit and roll. Okay. I think the intern. Yeah. Let's go. 9.5. Yeah, you got it.
Happy with this decision, David? Happy with the weight call?
Yeah. I don't want to roll all.
Is it 9.5?
I think it was 9.5 actually.
She doesn't have hit and roll again, right?
Yeah,
Magical
just looking,
9.5.
just looking to remove
Let's go.
this stone and just check in,
Let's get the roll.
possibly about 8 or 9 inches, and block everything Anette has into that 4 foot. Tough stone to make.
9.5. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Another option they had was a guard and block anyway in also.
This is going to strike a bit thin and roll right through the house.
Is that firm?
So it looks like a similar shot again here for Anette Norberg. Just a quiet weight take out, hit and roll off that yellow stone and into the 4 foot circle for one.
Yeah, it's just really straight there too, so any amount of sweep is
That was
just...
always the danger with playing that shot. If it wasn't perfect, it gave Anette a chance of a score.
Come on.
For me, the guard, you put the guard on and she was left with nothing.
So Anette Norberg with chance for a hit and roll. Won't want to fall further behind Canada at this stage.
Fifth end last stone. She could do with a good one here for all sorts of reasons.
Looking pretty close. Good footwork by Sarah Carlson to get it through there, and a super hit and roll. Will it stick around? It will. One red. And the half-time break for me comes at exactly the right time for Sweden. They need to go and regroup. But the game still tied. 5 ends played. It's Sweden 3, Canada 3.
Något som kan vara bra en sån gång, det är bara okej, vad är nästa? Ja, vad ska jag göra nu? Typ? Jag har lite ont om tid också.
Han ligger väl precis på.
Ja, i princip precis på.
47.
Det här sista stenen, det var det visar vägen till resten av finalen.
Precis.
Yes.
Det var härligt att sätta. Ja, absolut.
Det blir bra nu. Stjäla en nu vore bli bra. Ja. Eller springa båda män. Eller stjäla 4.
Ska jag säga vad jag tror på då, på min fulla övertygelse?
Nej.
Det är det. Som har första steget. Som vinner.
Första steget?
Ja.
Men så var det ju sist vi mötte dem här, då tog vi det steget och vann vi. Så över det.
Exakt.
Det är ju vår bästa halva kvar.
Ja.
Ja. More funner. I think that's more fun. That's way more fun. That would have been an hour and a half. It's way better. Okay, ladies, looking good. Yeah, that was great. And good force. I don't know. Good corner art if she's in. Yeah. If she's short, go around. Let's do the second half, right? Yeah, let's go. Okay. Finish. The bottom of this banana is very done. Sucks. How it looks for all those strings? Yeah. It's a little limp. Are you saving those? Oh. Thank you. No. Sure? No. I don't want them. Well, tried my best, Joe.
So we're ready to resume the World Final here in Esbjerg, Denmark. Anette Norberg's not though. So CC Östlund in the head, and we've just got one sweeper, Sarah Carlson, getting up to help out.
She just popped to the loop.
Maybe just a way to wash her face and try and regroup. Seemed to be losing her way a little bit.
But ending that last one quite well, Logan, didn't she? So I wonder if that could be the turning point.
There's no question, Alison, it was a massive shot to make. They needed to make that hit and roll. More for Annette's confidence more than anything. She has admitted she's been struggling a bit this week.
So what would have been the half-time chat there in the Swedish camp?
I'm sure Magnus and Magnus Schwartling and Pia Lindholm would have just been saying, look, just be a bit more decisive in what you're calling. You know how to call a game of curling, so don't worry about it too much. Act strong and confident, and her team might believe in her a little bit more as well. She just doesn't exude confidence at the moment for me.
It'll be the opposite in the Canadian camp.
Yeah, Amber Holland always confident. She's really shooting well, so I think Annette knows that it's basically down to her this game, and that she's got her work cut out to hang with Amber Holland, who's just been shooting the lights off game after game. So Sweden throwing two into the front of the rings. Again, not really taking the game on. I would like to see a guard go up. And you're always playing defense from this situation for me, as Canada try and find their way behind the corner guard.
That's fine. Good.
So Dave, what do you expect to see in the way of tactics in the second half of this gold medal matchup?
Well, we know how much the Canadians will attack. Been very aggressive. But we'll always see Team Sweden do that. I'd love to have heard the team chat to see what their game plan is for the next 5 ends. And at what point they're going to go in aggression.
It's certainly Canada that has control at the moment. They have the last stone. But that's the only difference between the two teams at the moment. I think you can always tell a lot by the first 2 stones of an end what your team's wanting to do and thinking what the game plan is. And Anette Norberg throwing both of Lotta Lennartson's first stones into the rings. So really defensive. I'd expect to see her put up a centre guard there. And Tammy Schneider making a really good hit and roll to the wing, and perhaps a tad unlucky to find the port. So Sarah Carlson just trying to thread one through this board and remove the yellow.
Successfully done.
Yeah, but they do roll out of the rings. So Amber Holland's going to come around this corner guard. This is always the worry when you throw your first 2 stones into the house. You've not got anything to hide behind later on.
less.
9.5.
I'm a little bit surprised at this call. A bit un-Amber Holland.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
Got there eventually.
Whoa.
Is it the Amber Gambler?
You've been dying to say that for about 3 days. Alison.
Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Certainly not the Hamburg Gambler anyway.
I guess you could have thrown one of your rocks. Yeah.
Would you give the green light to that shot?
I don't think so. I think a draw would have been a better call there.
There's Team Russia in for this game.
They played some good stuff this week too.
Yeah, they certainly did. Looking like a medal prospect at one point. But they did let a lot of games slip. They were so far up in so many games and really couldn't defend. It's something I'm sure they'll be doing now.
And no doubt analysing in great detail.
Yeah, that's right, Alison. There's been lots of analysis
Or we can play here too. You're just not going to be shot.
over these championships.
I think.
Most teams bringing with them someone to video and look at after the game.
That roll looked good there, didn't it? She was munching.
Give us a little less, 410.
Always thinking about your stomach, Alison.
Oh, 'cause stamina for these championships, you know. Keep you going, a lot of games.
Yeah, you're learning slowly, but still a long way to go.
Line's good if you need to go. No, you got to wait a bit.
Can't keep up with you guys.
Good. Room.
Great stamina.
Line's great.
Sure, you'll get more practice in
Needs to move
Regina
Room if you can.
for next season.
Room. Needs to move a little if you can. Wait.
Freeze attempt there by Kim Schneider. And what a great effort. Really locks that one on.
Yeah, it was an interesting call there from Amber Holland. She just played a takeout on a stone in the 12-foot circle. And this time tries to make a freeze. She could have gone around the corner guard there as well, but really well executed by Kim Schneider. So CC Östlund showing a control weight here, just trying to knot the yellow and sit right in front of it. And goes behind the corner guard, but that doesn't really help. Sweden.
Sorry, she said.
Yeah, they were hoping to keep that one straight in front.
Okay.
Off that Canadian stone. Back of the tee line. Ended up rolling behind the corner. And that's just inviting the Canadians on here.
Line's a little tight. Yep, go early.
8, 9.
Go then. Go then.
We need back.
No, you need to move. Close.
We need backing.
Clean. No. Clean for line.
Or 2 that one with a little tap.
No bound.
Bouncing big.
No, right off then. Whoa.
Okay.
It's okay.
So just throwing a freeze. I need to take some weight off, and actually threw that a long way too far. Just a mile out there from Kim Schneider.
Sorry, Amber.
But you kind of knew that, I think, at the start.
Yeah, just a little bit of inconsistency in Kim Schneider's play this week. Perhaps a lack of confidence. But they're certainly winning games. Won 10 of their last 11 to get here. And they needed every single win. And they have won 11 games consecutively on their last life as well, on their road to the Worlds. They won 4 straight games to come through the provincials in Saskatchewan, and then won 4 straight games to win the Scotty Tournament at Hearts. And now they're come through tie breaks 3-4 and then the semi-final, so 11-0 on their last chance Really impressive. Can they go one more to be crowned champions of the world?
And this is the one. This is the one they want.
Be able to do the double roll. I like Roger. Yeah, I think so. You know it too. Yeah, it's a little further than mine, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. A bit more. We'll make sure. Like as long as we stay on this side, we're good, right? Hey, you got it.
You got it.
Going this way versus the.
Let's go.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
it's like
this.
a lot.
No, you should.
No,
be
this
good.
should be close, Amber.
It'll curl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that one.
It's
played
a
this
4
split
here.
Was, yeah.
It'll go here.
Yeah. This is about the same ice, I guess,
It is
than
the
what
same
I had
ice as the
for
split.
Yeah.
So it's a 4 here, okay? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, as long as you stay 8 foot.
Full 8 foot. Yeah.
I thought we'd decided there. We have now.
Lots of discussion. Feedback for all the players. They know where they want to put this one.
Okay, let it work a bit.
There's no mistakes.
Needs not moving much. Needs to move a lot. Here, good. Line's good now. Stay close, line. Yep, for line.
Are we going right to that? Or?
Yep. To go to it. Hard. Whoa. Yep, right to it. Hard. Go.
Good shot.
Good. Good. Throw next way. Good. See, no throw.
Amber Holland, as usual, looking like she's having a lot of fun out there. Really thriving on the pressure of a world final.
Yeah.
A little more troubled in that camp, I think. The Swedish camp.
Anette Norberg just playing the takeout at the back of the 8 foot here. Looks like they're trying to stick around, maybe just a roll to the centre line or just left. Don't think they'll want to go behind the corner. So will be a takeout for a score of 2 for Canada.
Just a 10 here, I think, is good.
It really has been a pretty simple 2 after an excellent freeze by Kim Schneider, setting up the opportunity.
Clean, 10, easy. No.
6 end, last stone. 3 apiece, remember.
And this has some work to do.
Certainly does. Hanging on the centre line here. Can she get 2 or is it going to roll too far?
Oh, and that's a mistake from Amber Holland. It looks like that red counter and left, out counting the yellow. Just one, and a rare mistake from Amber Holland. Perhaps just feeling a little bit of a tightness in the arm there.
Could that be the break for Sweden?
No.
He doesn't want that. He wants Canada.
Well, it's high fives all round for the Swedes there. That was a lucky escape. So Canada 4, Sweden 3 after 6.
quite a bit.
Line's good.
Looks like quite a bit.
Really good. Line's fine. Head over curl a little. Okay, well, we're still on our own. Okay. Yeah, we're still top 4.
You're watching live coverage of the Capital One World Women's Curling Championship 2011. It's between Sweden and Canada. 4-3 to Canada at the moment. Live commentary from me, Alison Walker, Logan Gray, and 2 times Olympian and 2 times world champion Dave Murdoch. He knows 1 or 2 things about this game.
Whoa!
He likes to think so anyway.
Thanks, Logan.
So corner guard going up from Lotta Lennartson. That's really not good enough from the Swedish lead.
Yeah, drifting into the rings there. That's not the plan the net was hoping for.
Yeah, they've got 20 odd feet out there to hit. So really should just be throwing it to the sweepers and dragging it down. No excuse for just throwing it into the house. So I think Sweden will want to keep the 7th end reasonably open. If they get a chance to try and score 2, they'll go for it, but otherwise they'll be quite content to blank the 7th end and have a run down the 8th.
Yeah, absolutely, Logan. And how crucial the 8th end can be at times. When the games are tight, you look to try and score. Even multiple score in 8. Sets you up for the last 2 ends and how you like to control them.
9.5. Let's go, Cam. Let's stick it. I have the 7. Hey. I think we're okay. Let's go. Yep. 9.5. Really gotta go. Yep. You gotta go. Hard. Hard for nose. Hard for nose. Hard. Please.
The sweepers really having to work this one. Doing a great job. Fighting on the wing.
So what's the Swedish response here?
Well, they're going to play a takeout here, Alison. As you said, they're just going to keep things reasonably open here. But they are in a position to get forced to take 1 at the moment, so he's trying to roll this red towards the wing and the other yellow. Just going to slip off the underside, but hangs around and might actually lie in shot position, so pretty good result there for Sarah Carlson.
Sure is. Having a giggle about that one. Cheeky nibbler.
What, her or the stone?
9.5.
Amber Hollins saying this week, a nibbler.
That's fine, Tammy. Nice throw.
Good reaction from Canada.
Came down a lot harder than that. No one came down here more. 10-4.
So just trading takeouts on the wing here, and looks like the 7th end could well be blanked. Sometime in the near future, in one of the coming ends, Anette Norberg is going to have to step out and take some risks. Really needs to get a 2 on the board for the next score. Nice takeout by Kim Schneider once again.
Nice controlled takeout from CC Osland. There is the Norwegian team.
That's all on.
No, 9.25. No, 9.25.
The teams all get on pretty well most of the time, don't they? They do mix.
They certainly do, Alison. Most of the curlers get on very well. Play each other week in, week out on the tour, all over the world. They make a lot of good friends in this sport.
Well, interestingly as well, Lynn Githmark speaking to the Chinese team there. She speaks fluent Chinese and lived there for a couple of years.
Not an easy language to learn. Full marks to her for that. You do get your more sociable countries though, don't you, Dave?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of teams have a lot of fun during this event.
It's quite an array of medals, trophies, curling stones, and there's the big one, the World Championship trophy. But first, one of these two needs to negotiate a victory. Too close to call at the moment.
9-4. No, 9.25.
Certainly could still go either way.
9-2.
Neither team making the most of their opportunities at the moment.
I dare say, Dave, with the game becoming more and more professional, that the social side of it is perhaps not like it used to be in the old days.
No, it certainly isn't. I was speaking with Richard Harding this week. And they'll be back in the 80s. There was beers at the end of the sheet. There's guys smoking on the ice even.
It's hard to imagine now.
It's all very changed. Olympics really altering how this game is. Very professional. A lot of work put in by players and coaching staff trying to achieve that goal of becoming Olympic champions.
They're athletes now. You're athlete.
Absolutely.
So is Richard Harding. He loves a social outing.
But that is what attracts a lot of people to the sport, because it is a very social sport, very family orientated as well.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Hello, Les Kim. I think I
Here we
have.
see some young fans in the stands.
That's going to get right to about the street.
And this week in Denmark,
13.9
they had lots of school children in,
Let's go.
trying to encourage them to take up the sport, having lots of fun.
I did see them at the local curling arena, did some filming with them, and they were having an absolute ball. They were absolutely loving it.
Yeah, they
Get a room, it's
did
really
have
running.
a development initiative that they would bring in a whole lot of them into the ice rink later
Easy.
in the week, just at this weekend, and give them their first sort of
Have a curl bit.
opportunity to experience and get a taste of the sport. Hopefully have a big uptake for a junior club in Esbjerg.
And they are seeing the cream of the cream here. These are the two best sides. They're in the final, the World Championship final. Is your routine there, Dave, before you spin the stone?
Yes, every player just has a different setup. Annette really focuses on what she wants to do. She spends a little bit longer in the hack than some players. Oh, very much a preference. Whatever you find works for you.
The last stone of the 7th end.
And hits and stays in the house by Annette. That really is an error. She was hoping to blank that end. Carry last stone into the 8th.
I'm really surprised she threw that in the intern there, Dave. She must know she's struggling with that handle. Could have chosen the other one. And it really is a big mistake. So 7 ends played, and it's Sweden 4, Canada 4.
You're watching the Capital One World Women's Curling Championship Final 2011. The gold medal is up for grabs between Sweden and Canada. Into this 8th end. It's going to get tense out there, Dave, isn't it?
Sure is, Alison. Coming into these crucial last 3 ends. And what exciting 3 ends it's going to be for this World Championship.
Bra Lotta! 11. Kom. Härligt!
And you expect things to really start moving in this end, don't you? The 8th end.
I would like to think so. 8th end. Canada have last stone. They're going to put the corners on. I know Amber Holland's play very aggressive. They'll certainly try to use them.
Yeah, I think it's all set for some fireworks at the finish here. That's 8th end. I think both teams will be going for it. Oh, Anette Norberg just getting a bit excited there and asking for a centre guard.
That's what we're after. That's what we want to see.
See Heather Kalinchuk really stepping up her game after a slow start. Playing 79% now through 7. And
That is-
Lotta Lennartson just not quite at her best. A couple of corner guards slipping into the house.
It's quite a jump, isn't it, for Heather?
Certainly is. She was only playing 58 after 3 ends. So since then she's pretty much played perfect curling.
Well, that's a great setup by Lotta. Top of the tee and straight in front. That really is what you look for.
Not too bad. That was, we didn't tweak it at all.
Big smile there.
Mine's pretty good.
I think you see a lot of teams go around the centre at this point in the game. But Amber Holland going aggressive and going around the corner. Doesn't want to get sucked into the centre of play too much.
Line only. Room. You don't want to go.
No, then.
Line's not bad.
No. No.
Well, this will be an interesting call here. Anette Norberg calling the guard. So we know how she wants to play this end. She's looking for the steal.
Yeah, I bet Amber Holland didn't expect this when she was calling the draw around the corner guard.
I always thought that was a danger, like going in behind the corner, and that Anette might be looking to steal this end and place this double guard on.
A lot of work to do though. Needs to swing in just too close together. That's a poor shot there by Sarah Carlson. So now Tammy Schneider could double peel these two centre guards and maybe even lift the stone on the button.
Just a minute.
Amber Holland needing a closer look at the angles.
Here, Heather's side and get both of them.
Think you just go slightly here, or you can play that. That's not bad.
I think that's
That was
better.
my first thought, but whichever way you like. Okay, let's go this way to here.
Okay,
9. Yep.
let's go. So 10 got it.
Right, he agrees.
Whoa.
Let's see if she can pull it off.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Canada certainly don't want to lose a steal here in the 8th. Tammy Schneider.
Whoa. Okay.
So a nice double peel and opens up the shot stone.
Ungefär samma fart då. Så får ni stoppa lite.
And then Norberg just calling the draw here. And a pretty mediocre matchup at second, only playing around 70% each. Aim to be up in the 80s. Really.
Well, we have been seeing some lower stats in this final. Maybe just a sign of nerves. So much at stake here.
And a lot of first timers out there.
Kom igen då, lite till också. Kom igen, kom igen, kom igen. Det är bra, Sara.
Really nice guard by Sarah Carlson. Forces Canada to move that stone.
Still like 9? Yep.
You got it, Tammy. Let's go.
Yep. Hard. 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 Hard.
ping. Ping the one off in the centre. It's a good shot by Tammy.
Sweden still lying shots thrown in there though. Now Sweden can swing another one into lie 2. Jams and just hears the underside of the yellow. That's what stops it going out of the 8-foot. So good chance here for Sweden. Anette Norberg calling a good end here.
Seen how much it swings down the side earlier in the game, and this one really going aggressively. They do get it by, but short of the 8-foot.
They worked hard in that one.
Yeah, they sure did, Alison. Really impressed with the Swedish girls' sweeping technique. Really strong, they can drag it a long way. Would you like to get into shot position there though, Westland? Because now Canada can make a play on this yellow to try and lie 2 in behind the corner guard.
What about playing this one and rolling the shooter that way? Sorry?
You're not going to be first, though.
Oh, I know, but we need to get here. Yeah.
Go take a look.
Well, like to here, you mean? Yeah. It's not awful.
At least it opens it up, too. Right?
What would you do, Dave?
Come here, Kim.
We want to make sure we score.
Well, Canada going to discuss what they really would like to get from this end.
Yeah, like we didn't clear Heather's.
And the problem for Canada
Yeah.
is the 4-foot line
Leave her the double.
with the guards out front are getting everything jumped up.
A bit more room.
And they want to make sure they score this end.
Right. And then they're going to think another one anyway. Yeah, like
Obviously thinking about 2 points.
Shot rock. Like you could play the tap on yours, on this one here. On this outside one? Yeah.
Do you think if you're sitting second under, she's
Yeah. Yeah, because she won't be able to hit it either. Well, she's not hitting anything. She's just going to draw to be sitting to because... The only way she is if we leave it here. Like if we play here, roll the shooter there, she might hit that one if it's open. But that doesn't really do it. Then these are overlapped. Yeah.
There's too much space there to get there with that
Yeah.
line. You're
I
just
don't
going
mind
to
this
punch
then.
it.
Okay. Back 4? Yeah. Okay.
So going for a straight tap here, it would seem. Just trying to raise this yellow up. They've got a good bit of room for error here. They could tap it towards their own red even. Sorry, the red at the top of the 12-foot circle.
So like 85-90 for back 4?
And still get a result too.
90. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Kim Schneider with the tap up here.
Line's not bad. Line's great. No line.
No.
Clean.
Heather off.
Yep.
Line. Hard line. Whoa.
And hits it pretty sweet. Well, it's set in the 4-foot. Great shot by Kim Schneider. Really couldn't have played that any better. And now Sweden in a bit of trouble here.
Nicely done.
Yeah, got their angles right on that one. Nice weight control. Perfect on the top of the 4-foot.
Lite farlig ut, men... Hur är det att dra runt den?
Va?
Hur är det att runda på en till så?
Dra runt en till.
Är det från andra hållet? Hur ska dubben träffa?
Nej, jag tycker nog att vi ska spela dragningen faktiskt.
Ja.
Vill du hellre spela här?
Ja.
Samtidigt, då är marginalen på den här måste ju gå och vara i den.
Ja.
Hålet är stort.
Segare ju längre ut man kommer där. Jag tror inte att det går jättemycket segare.
Nej, jag tror att vi kan spela 0-0-5.
Ja.
So Anette Norberg going for the steal here. CC Östland only 33% on draws through 7 ends. Need to raise that a little bit here. Needs a really good draw.
Ligger 7. Aldrig.
8, 7,
Ja!
6, ja!
And this one curling hard.
8, 7.
It's in the guard, but they'll still want to protect that redstone in the house. They've just lost that one a little bit there.
Hittar den ett litet curlande sport?
Ja.
Yeah, we can try that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just there, hey?
Yeah.
Or you can try to come this way.
Like around everything.
Yeah, back 4, but
I
think I like this better.
So we're gonna need to go out of here wider to get around that red one.
This a 90, Kim?
Okay.
Yeah.
Holland opting
Close, hey, Kim?
to come round these double centres. Try and place the stone top of the 4 foot.
Line's pretty good.
Or 6.
Okay.
Oh, then looks like a lot, guys.
You're
Line's
on
pretty
pressure,
good.
Pebble. Line's pretty good. Stay close,
Line
line.
only.
I'm really hoping
We're
to
7.
keep this above the tee line.
Go. Just pop out.
Girl.
Sit down.
Whoa.
Sit. Okay.
Pretty good effort by Kim, but does slip to the back of the tee. And opens the door for the Swedes.
Yeah, if Anette Norberg could lock one on here,
That isn't gonna
then
stop
how
it,
good
is
would
it not?
Sweden be looking to steal this? 8-10. They slipped a really awkward distance behind the tee line, and that Anette Norberg will be right on the tee if she makes this shot.
Well, I've seen Annette make a huge amount of clutch shots at important times during this week. And now here's another one.
Yeah, none more important than this one for Annette.
Ganska lågt. Bara inte för fart.
Can't afford to be heavy with this one.
Sväng då.
Looks a little bit more firm than Kim Schneider's, but
Nej.
we're coming off now.
Nej. Aldrig. Nej.
Needs to curl.
Bra Anette.
Great effort by Annette Norberg.
Där är skottet. Bra.
Yeah, that really came down hard at the end.
Ingen kyla.
Looks like Amber Hollandstone still lying shot there.
Yeah, I know. 13.8, hey? 13.85?
85, I would say.
Okay, well, we're still shot.
Yeah.
We just got to get to the inside. Even if we're a little short, it's not the end of the world,
Okay.
right? Like, you can't move ours.
No,
a ton.
yeah. 13.85 to tee here, Amber. If you give us 13.9 and let us go, that should be close.
Okay.
You got it. Let's go.
See Amber Holland the better of the two skips today. 82% against 66.
We got to go.
This is a really important
We're
shot.
fine. Room. You need to wait a little. Room. Switch and go. No, it looks like lot.
No, we're not. 5.
Oh, yep. Hard now. Room.
A lot of running to go here.
Hard. Go. Oh, nice sweep.
The weight came off that one too. Getting a little bit slower on that side. Seeing how quickly the weight came off Annette's.
Gaddar vi?
Vad tror du att det blir här då? 10?
10.
Developing into a very interesting end, very crucial end in this World Championship final. 4 each between Sweden and Canada.
No, like the center line side. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll be looking for something on the line of the A's of the Capital One logo. Just really trying to stop Amber Holland playing a race on this Yellowstone that she just played.
Bra Anette. Ja, det är bra där. Bra skött tjejen. Bra.
So it looks like
a little less than mine. Well, yours was over farther, so okay. Yeah, it is. Then.
Raise tap
You got this. Yeah, I think that's close.
on the Yellowstone that Kim Schneider tapped before. Just pushing the guard up onto the stone at the top of the forefoot and just trying to move it. Just 8 inches or so to get it into shot position.
13.9 to tee, so we'll need 13.8 for sure. Let's go.
Last stone of this 8th end.
Hey, you need to wait. Close.
Absolutely crucial shot for Amber Holland.
What does the Canadian skip have here? Needs to curl. Needs the double bump. One bump up Robin. Trying to get it far enough. Great effort, but only one.
Not far away.
A good time to score for Canada though. The 8th end. And Peavy would give them the hammer in the 10th as well. We'll see how it works in 9. But after 8 ends, it's Canada 5, Sweden 4.
You're watching the Capital One Women's World Curling Championship final 2011 between Sweden and Canada. Logan Gray, Dave Murdoch and Alison Walker. Watching it with you. We're into this 9th end. It's simmering nicely. Canada 5-4 up.
Yeah, it really could still go either way, Alison. Canada leading by 1, but don't have the last stone. And Sweden will be trying to blank this end or score 2. Certainly won't want to get forced to the 1 or lose a steal.
We haven't seen the fireworks yet, Dave, have we?
Very cautious, Alison. A lot more stones in play that last end. Did talk about how crucial the 8th end is. Canada have scored, so they'll be trying to dictate what's going to happen here in 9.
Yeah. No, no. Just a 10. No. You can clean. Clean now. You can clean.
Look of concern there.
Yep, little.
There's no need for one though. This is going to come down and hit on the nose. And good setup play once again by Heather Kalinchuk. Perhaps a couple of tentative ends to start the game, but Heather Kalinchuk looking completely at home once again out there on the ice. Playing the out turn draw, trying to get something in behind and in front of the tee line. And a really good draw by Lotta Lennartson.
Yeah, 4 is good.
Mine's pretty good. Wade's nice. 5, 6. Mine's good. Mine's good. Mine's great. Mine's really good. We gotta go.
So Dave, how much risk will Canada be willing to take to force Sweden to score 1 in this end?
We gotta go.
Yeah, I think we'll see the Canadians go very aggressive here. They really want to force Sweden into only a single point. And they'll try very hard to do that. They want that last stone advantage coming home in 10. Swiss team.
Alternativet är att slå upp det här.
Jag gillar nästan det, ja.
Yeah, there's the Swiss team. Disappointing week for them. They came 5th. I'd like to go a little bit further than that. Certainly they've had a really good season on the Curling Champions Tour, cleaning up most events in Europe, but just not at the races this week. Very much, perhaps struggling a little bit, and they went down to Canada in the tiebreaker.
It's hard to keep that good form going though, isn't it? However, Canada have managed it.
Yeah, absolutely. But you do need to peak your performances for the right time, and this is the right time, not out in the European Champions Tour. It's nice to win some money on the tour, but at the end of the day, it's all about winning medals at international level. Sarah Carlson's just lost her way a little bit in the second half of this game. That's a poor shot, drifting beyond the tee line. And could have been a wee bit short with that.
Right to it, hey?
Yeah, just a bit firm with her weight.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's
Anything
left.
short
Yep.
was okay for the Swedes. Use your stones when they're back at the tee line.
Oh.
We're 7.
No. You have a little bit left. No.
Ninth end of this World Championship final between
At all.
Sweden and Canada.
No, never.
All to play for.
Never. No. Never.
This T line.
No.
Yeah, it really does hang in the balance here.
Nice weight.
And good shot there by Tammy Schneider. Doesn't quite get to the nose, but
I think she's losing her back one, but
a really nice weight there. You may see Sweden tap these around a little bit.
jag har lite luft.
Change the angles.
Vi måste smälla på här även om det är risk att den blir kvar här bakom.
Ja. Okej.
Clearing.
Yep.
Okay, so asking for some clearing. So I'm just going to send down some heat and see what they can do. Trying to spin that yellow on the button away somewhere else. Might not get it out, but if they could get it away from the centre line, that would be a big improvement.
Well, on early with the sweeping here. What can they get away?
Good
Good shot.
Great shot by Sarah Carlson. Moves some of the debris there.
That's more like it.
Chris, tuck top 8's good. Okay.
There you go, Kim.
And Kim Schneider just trying to throw up a guard here to protect that Yellowstone, or even come right in to the top of the forefoot's good. All depends on line here.
Needs to move. Line's pretty good. Needs to move. Needs to move. Stay close, line. Yep. Oh, yep. Needs to move. Needs to move.
Just a 4 now. No, we're okay.
Yep. 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 Needs to go hard. Hard.
Stone swinging furiously now. Dragging that stone into the forefoot.
Good shot.
Yeah, super shot there by Kim Schneider. Really important to cover the inside edge. Couple of options here, Dave.
Yes, Annette looking to see whether she can scrape this top yellow through the port, take the double.
Yep. Oh, det blir bra.
Norberg wants to be fairly aggressive in this end and try and score 2 points. She does have to be wary. She doesn't give up any steal.
Looking pretty close for a raise here. Actually works out not too badly. But they would have liked to move at least one of those Yellowstones out of the forefoot. They're now frozen on that Yellowstone though. That could be useful later.
Straight back with the guard, catching a piece of that top yellow. Forcing it in behind Sweden's own red.
Well,
And that red will be
what if we freeze again?
crucial in this end.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's lying in a great position.
It's not awful either, I don't
That's
think.
not awful, yeah. Are we going to leave her triple like that? Good.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
You don't want to leave a triple on, do you? Not at this stage.
No, you certainly don't. What about a good old-fashioned guard here, Dave?
Is it a guard or a guard?
Yeah.
I like the freeze to our own, I think.
My thinking is throw a guard up. And maybe with one of Skipstones come in and play the freeze.
It's a little easier on her just to beacon, right?
Yeah.
You could just throw the straight guard, too.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Make her peel, make her try the run.
Well, they are considering that.
Tight one for her to get around.
Like, the other
tight,
option
right?
here, too, is to actually move it, right? Then you leave her a pocket. Wow. This isn't awful, though, I don't think.
I
like that.
that's what I think.
If she knows it,
Well,
that
lose
the
the
back one.
Yeah.
And
Lose
this
the back
one just
one.
get a little to the inside.
I think that's the call, Amber.
She's going to have to blast then, right? So. Yeah, or the guard. Guard isn't awful.
No.
I think I like
Guard
right
isn't-
to it. I think I like right to it. Okay.
What do you like, Kim?
It doesn't matter. Like, this is my last. You could throw
Yeah.
one more. No, I think
like
she's
right
going to sink one then, hey? And then we're chasing.
Okay.
Same weight?
Yeah.
Merfunger not required on this occasion. Team work out on their own, and they're going to come in and try and play a freeze.
Same weight, Kim. Okay.
How's that call, Dave?
It's not a bad call here.
There you go.
Just looking at freeze in the pocket.
Same weight.
Well, that did discuss the guard as we talked about. But they're scared of letting Sweden get onto that 1 foot first. But for me, I think I would prefer to see that. Then Canada follows.
Pretty good.
You can force your one.
7. Okay, well then. 7 on her own. Well then. Line's a little tight. Yep. On yep, line. Yep, line. Hard line. Hard, hard. Hard.
This one curling early. Oh, great shot by Kim Schneider. She's really stepped up in the last few ends in the gold medal matchup.
Yep, big smiles there in the Canadian camp.
I think you'll see some heat coming down here from CC Östland. Try and blast things around. May even get 2 of these yellows moving.
Well, the firepower launched. How many can she get away? One at the back, one to the side. Certainly helps Sweden's cause.
Let's call a very complicated game.
Even if I'm a little short and
Amber Holland. That was always the worry there.
like we can play it if you want.
I've left that red in behind the guard as well,
Whatever
so
you like. I think I like this. What did you think?
Canada's still in good shape to force or maybe even steal
Do
a
you want to
low.
be frozen right to the red or
A little less. What's that?
do you want to be frozen right to it? Well, if line's good, yeah. Okay, let's go. You got it. I think I like the freeze.
Okay.
You guys like that?
Sure.
Well, like you can play it, but this is fine. Okay.
This is fun, the World Championship final.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, top 12.
Yeah, and just so you know, we don't need to bounce off, though,
Right.
right? Like
That's right.
It must be tense out there.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is definitely the most important end of the match so far. Really could still go either way. Sweden could still make their 2. If Amber Holland slips up here.
Line's pretty good. Line's not too bad. Line's pretty good. Need to cross. We can't bounce.
Hanging a fraction high at the moment. A lot of work to do if they want to make the freeze.
Whoa. Need to stop. Whoa!
Certainly trying.
Okay.
To the corner. Over the Swedish counter.
Canadian fans liked it.
Spelar vi hårt får vi inte ha kvar den där. Och det är lite tråkigt.
Men jag tycker normal är väl okej, är det inte? Sarg, det känns
Ja, spela normal då.
Alltså det gör ju ingenting om den här.
Nej, normal då.
Normal! Ja!
Jag är med och på de gula bakom där nu. Vad som än händer. Normal?
Ja.
So just trying to get a piece of the inside of that Yellowstone and check over behind the yellow guard out front. Maybe try and spin both yellows, even just squeeze it out a little bit.
Swedish skip Anette Norberg. She's lost 2 finals as well as winning 2 finals. She doesn't want to have a third.
Andra. Okay, Anette. Okay.
Not what Anette Norberg was looking for there. She's going to be facing 4 and could be in a lot of trouble.
Should finish here a little, hey? Let's go. Little flop to the center.
She sure could be, Logan. Amber looking for this hit. Just a slight inside roll.
Okay.
Close to the centre line. Blocking off any pass on to the one and back button.
Let's go.
Facing 4. Annette might need to play the double off the wide one to even get shot. She makes this.
Not looking good for Sweden.
Yeah, Norberg just seemed to set that one up there a little bit and never came down.
9-3. Easy. Clean.
Big chance here for Canada. Needs to hold the shooter on the centre line. And that yellow stone on the button still exposed. So a big let off for Sweden. They'll be able to draw to the stone on the button to score 1. And Canada would have much prefer see Sweden come off the wide stone.
And I'm sure Annette's breathing a sigh of relief at not facing an even tougher shot. This one very tricky as well, though.
Ninth end last stone for Anette Norberg of Sweden.
Sweeper's happy with the weight, just waiting for the line.
Got it.
There we go. Anette Norberg makes her pressure draw.
And that could have been so different. So a measure of relief, I'm sure, after 9 ends. Sweden 5, Canada 5. The final end, the 10th end of the Capital One World Women's Curling Championship. 2011 final, Sweden against Canada. Couldn't be closer. 5 all. Only one winner, of course. And what's your feeling now, Logan?
Lotta Lennartson getting her money's worth out of the supers there. That just scrapes over the hog line. Well, Canada have to be the favourites here. They do have the last stone. And Sweden just haven't been getting set up properly. Canada have been the better team in my eyes, especially after the first 3 ends. It's been all Canada, but they really haven't made it reflect on the scoreboard. So it will come down to this final end. And you have to feel if Amber Holland's got a shot, she's going to make it. She's such a cool customer.
Oh dear, Canada making a mistake there. Short. And double guarding the centre, not what you would want.
No. 10. Okay.
Yeah, so Lotta Lennartson would like to throw one. Really sort of halfway up the free guard zone. Still keeping some separation on the guards. A half check on these 2 stones would be useful. Leaves it lined up. They could have swept that and just kind of bounced it, left a half check. That could have made things much more difficult for Amber Holland later on.
Yeah, it certainly would have, Logan. A little bump would have been nice. It's pretty good there though. Canadians can't remove it.
11. Not moving much. Got it, Carol. Line's going now, curling now. Yep, go. Yep, go. Yep. Yep. Go. Keep it going, go. Honey girl.
Much better draw this time by Heather Kalinchuk. And Norberg going all out attack here to try and steal this 10th end from Canada.
That's just a little bump. Push this back a tee, lie in front of it. Leaves Team Sweden in a great position.
Whereas Cici Östlund, Lotta Lennartson and Sarah Carlson have been involved in a world final before. In the World Juniors in Östersund in 2008, where they lost out to Eve Muirhead, shockingly. Over 1-4 of the last 5 has Eve. But it really was extremely one-sided. Seem to remember there was a steal of 6 in there somewhere.
Sounds pretty one-sided.
Into the house and jamming that one.
Big mistake there by Schneider. Leaves a guard up there as well that will block the left-hand side of the sheet. That could be an option less for Amber Holland later on.
Well, that really was just a simple peel off. Would leave Canada in a great position. Making a bit of a mess of that one.
There must be a whole mixture of emotions going on down there.
Absolutely. Everything at stake. Every shot matters though. Have to concentrate, see the game through.
Really nice guard there by Sarah Carlson. And I wonder if Amber Holland will try and get some more stones moving here than just the one.
I think I just like the one. Me too. Let's go, Tammy. You got this.
Tammy's got this.
Oh, and that was a wild throw, Allison. Slid way tight there, and
that won't curl with the huge rotation, and that's all the way through.
Oh dear. I wonder how significant that might be.
There we go, through everything, through the port, missing the stone in the house even. It's just a lack of concentration for me.
You'd almost have thought it would have been harder to actually hit them.
so putting a takeout on the guards here, Dave. Just trying to take this freeze off. And doesn't want to squeeze this red too far, so needs to hit somewhere near the nose.
Yeah, that works. Quite good thinking by Anette, taking off that perfect plant. But you had to keep the shooter. That was the important part of it.
Yep.
That's not happened. It rolled off to the corner. Leaves now potential double rip for Kim Schneider. What she got then?
Oh, and jams that one in the house as well. So the errors starting to stack up here in this final end.
Well, Amber Holland now starting to get a little bit nervous at what's building up in front of her.
A lot of reds there.
Oh, quite a lot inside there. Finds a hole to push that red through. And there will be another guard here. Just on the centre line.
Canada here in so much trouble. Schneider really needed to take both guards off there to give their skipper a chance of getting access into the 1 foot.
Not looking good for Canada. It's those fans that are slightly happier.
Putting the guard on.
And another chance for the double peel here.
I guess.
Yeah, I think they wanted that one a little bit shorter. Get a bit of separation between the two guards. Make the double rip a bit harder.
Okay. I did it. Third quarter, I guess. Try to get it moving.
Ändå hela 4-foten och rört. Så man skulle ju...
Final end of this World Championship final 2011. So close.
There's some nerves starting to jangle out here. That didn't look like a good throw either from Amber Holland, but has she got the double peel? Yes, she has. She's pushed it into the rings though.
Canada a bit shaky in this end.
Need to hit it a little thicker. Yeah. Didn't want to lose it. Lite fem. Lite fem.
Well, a well-placed stone here by Anette Norberg. Top 8 foot. Block the straight nose hit. It's going to force a huge amount of pressure on Amber Holland.
Yeah, this really needs to be a good shot here. The problem that Sweden have at the moment is that their stone is only half in the 4 foot circle, so if they did leave a gap somewhere, it wouldn't be too tough a draw for Amber Holland. Just really needing this one to rear up. Want it touching centre almost.
Oh, nice shot by Anette Norberg. Maybe just over curled off the line here. She has left a small port for the Canadian skip to come through for the gold medal.
Let's put her there, Tom. Like that ice? Yeah.
I've seen Amber make so many of these crucial draws all week.
I don't think it's going to overcut on you here.
Can she make the most important one?
Okay.
13-9 here. Okay. Let's go. Let's get it. Go for it.
This one. Let's go.
Yeah, really tricky draw here. Dave, there's a yellow just over the hog line, just out of picture there. That could come into play.
Line's good.
We can wait a bit.
Get a room if you can wait. Line. No, you're on the yellow.
We can wait.
No, no.
I'm having to wait for it to curl. It is on the corner right now.
Can we go? You're good now. No.
Can it get by?
All you now. All you.
Now they're going to have to sweep. Now they're going to have to sweep. Can they drag it? Can they drag it? No! Team Sweden win the gold medal.
So it was that yellow guard just over the hog line that cost them there. Really needed it, curl to pass it, and Sweden complete the double over Canada this week.
Final score there, Sweden 7, Canada 5. What a result for Sweden. They can hardly believe it.
Yeah, that's Sweden's first victory in 5 years. Last time Anette won was 2006.
How delighted are they? You know, they were on the back foot for a lot of that game. And they've come through. That experience has come through of Anette Norberg with a young team. What a fantastic result for them.
Absolutely incredible scenes here. Anette Norberg stole the Olympic final. Has now stole the world final for a victory against Canada again.
Yeah, Tammy Schneider will have nightmares about that final end.
Yep,
Two bad misses.
Thinking about it right there.
She just passed the guard and then the sweepers could go, but by that point it was too late. And comes up 2 or 3 feet short. Might even have been easier playing that draw in the intern there, Dave.
Absolutely, Logan. Had intern draw all day long. She didn't need to flirt with that guard. She actually played perfect weight. The sweepers just couldn't get on it. Desperately waiting for it to curl past the corner. And that's what hurt them with that shot.
Yeah, it really has been a great run though for Canada. What determination.
And there's our mum and dad, Annette Norberg. They've seen her win a few of these ones, but this one will be really
Third
special.
World Championship title, Annette. Congratulations. Your feelings just coming through that last end?
I'm just thrilled about these girls and how they performed and how strong we are as a team after such a few months together. So I'm really, really proud.
And what about your Canadian opponents out there today? The kind of game that they gave you?
They gave us a very good game, I think, and it was just like a final should be. They were struggling a bit and we were struggling a bit. So a lot of nerves, I think.
And looking forward now from this, what are you looking forward to now?
I'm looking forward to summer and vacation for a while.
Annette, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, get ready to go.
So there you have it. Proud as punch. Annette Norberg. A nice word there for her opponents, Canada.
And you wonder now how far this young team can go with Annette at the helm.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lene Koya Petersen, and I will be a master of ceremony for the closing ceremony of the Capital One World Women's Curling Championship 2011. Please remain seated as we are about to start.
So there you have it. Sweden world champions once again. Annette Norberg taking three youngsters to the gold medal, stealing the final end against Canada. The prize giving will now begin. The medal ceremony and the parade. And I'd like to thank you for watching this week. We've had a lot of fun sharing the games with you, and hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as we have. So for myself, Logan Gray, David Murdoch and Alison Walker, thanks for watching and enjoy the medal ceremony. Goodbye.
And please welcome of the World Curling Federation, Mrs. Kate Caithness.
Well, we have truly been treated to a great week of curling here in the beautiful city of Esbjerg. Everything has been first class, and you, the athletes, have put on a great show. Special congratulations to all the medal winners, in particular our champions, Team Sweden. On behalf of the World Curling Federation, I would like to thank Mayor Sortrup of Esbjerg municipality for agreeing to host this championship, and very importantly, Sport Event Denmark, represented here by Chief Executive Lars Lundog, and the many sponsors. Thank you. To title sponsor Capital One, our presenting sponsor Titles Rotair, whose Chief Executive Officer Norberg Pat. Thank you for supporting our World Women's Championships once more. The President of the local organising committee, Toby Posker, along with her excellent committee and wonderful volunteers. You have worked extremely hard to guarantee the smooth running and success of this championships. Thank you. And finally, our umpiring officials, ice technicians, statisticians, timers, media, not forgetting our TV crew. Once more, great job. But last, by no means least, thank you to the fans and the wonderful people here from Esbjerg. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The bronze medals will now be presented to Team China by Li Dongyang, General Secretary of the Chinese Curling Association. The winners of the bronze medals are Coach Zhang Wei, alternate Yu Shina, lead Zhou Yan, second Ye Qingxuan, third Liu Win, and skip Wang Bingyu from China. The silver medals will now be presented to Team Canada by Jack Bauman, President of the Canadian Curling Association. And the winners of the silver medals are Coach Murray Funger, alternate Jolene Campbell, lead Heather Kalenchuk, second Tammy Snyder, third Kim Snyder, and skip Amber Holland from Canada. be presented to Team Sweden by Leif Öhman, Vice President of Swedish Curling Association. And the winners of the gold medals are Coach Magnus Swadling, alternate Karin Rydström, lead Lotta Lennartsson, second Sara Karlsson, third Cecilia Östlund, and skip Anette Norberg from Sweden. The championship trophy will now be presented by the President of the World Curling Federation, Mrs. Kate Caithness. All rise for the national anthem of Sweden.
Okay.
Let's go.
All you. Mine's good. All you. Running pretty straight. Running really straight. Feet up, knee up. Okay, we're backing. Hey, you need to wait. Curl. Hard. Good try. One yellow. So close. You need to be able to sweep that. What's that? Line's good. We can wait a bit. Get a room if you can wait. Line, curl. All you now. All you. Hard.